So do y'all want to learn how to create abstract art? You ever been wondering how do you create abstract art? You're curious maybe? Or you're scared to try? Well, don't be. There's no reason for you to be afraid to try to create abstract art. Maybe you think it has to be something. Maybe you think it has to represent something. It doesn't. The only thing that abstract art has to do is communicate your voice. That's it. That's all all it does. It communicates your voice. You. Right here. On this piece of paper. On this canvas. Your voice. And it doesn't matter how you start. Make a mark. Any mark. And you've just created abstract art. You could call that good right there as it is. You don't have to do anything else to it for that to be art. The best thing about creating abstract art is that there is no definition. There's no definition to creating art. In fact, I challenge you, define art. What is art? That's an unanswerable question. And abstract attempts to answer it. But my answer for that, what is art? Art is the voice of the voiceless. That's it. So let's create some art. Because I already started. And literally all you have to do is make marks. And that's all I'm doing right now. Just making some marks. They don't have to be anything. Whoops. I just dropped a little piece of charcoal there. Hold on a second while I retrieve that. I don't have very much charcoal left. That's okay though. I don't have to have a whole lot. Alright, so we've got some marks there, right? I'm just going to go ahead and smear all this. If anything, just to get rid of the preciousness of the paper, because that's another thing. Some people find their materials to be incredibly precious. And they're not. This is just a 9 by 12 sheet of paper. 140-pound cotton paper versus wood pulp paper. I use cotton paper because it holds up better to watercolor. It doesn't pill. It absorbs more water. This has a sizing in it that helps it to absorb water. And to help a little bit for that water to sit on the surface so that it doesn't absorb too terribly fast. But that's not the point to creating an abstract piece of art. I'm just using the cotton paper because that's what I have. For this purposes, wood pulp paper would be just fine too. I'm not going to be applying any water to this particular piece of paper. Although I am going to use some paint. Here's another means of making a mark. And a brayer. Abstract art just communicates your voice. It doesn't even have to be a composition, yet most good art does compose itself. But it doesn't even have to be that. It doesn't even have to be anything that you would consider good. It just has to be a mark. Now, what do I see here? I see this strong linear mark. This linear mark. A little bit of curvature here. And the color. Maybe I want to introduce another color. Let's introduce a different color. This is like some really old, I don't know, apple barrel. What is that? Can you see that? Apple barrel colors? Yeah, this is, as you can see where I got it from there, or where it came from. It was given to me. Yeah, it's so old that it's like it's gone off. It's bad. Like, I wouldn't paint with this with a brush because there's chunky in it. But it works great for abstract because that's all it needs to do. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're not trying to create anything specific here. Do I have a sense of direction just yet in this? Not really. Not exactly looking for a sense of direction at the moment. Let's introduce another color. How about this? Apple Deep Sea Blue. Whatever the heck that is. I'm not even sure that that's a color. Apple Deep Sea Blue. Yeah, sure. Okay. Pretty sure whatever it is, it's not blue. Ew. Oh my God. There was a lot of paint in there. Some separation too of the binder. Hold on a second. I'm gonna have to, well, scoop some of that up and stick it back in the bottle that I just dumped it out of, because that's way more than I want for this size piece of paper. You know what? That's okay, because we can work with that. So I've removed some of that big old blob. Dang. That's all right. We'll work with it. It don't matter. Okay, so now we've got that. I'm gonna add some more white, cause, good Lord. Let's see, I mean, you know, accidents can happen. I didn't want that much paint to come out of the tube, or this stupid little container, not tube per se, but that's all right. Roll with it. See this white? This has gone off too. It's like super chunky, thick. It's not supposed to actually be thick. Acrylic craft paint, whatever this crap is. Pretty sure it comes from Walmart too, but it don't matter. Let's spray this out. Dude. Cool. That looks kind of cool. Okay. Let's go here. There's some still on the bottom of the brayer here. Let's go here. Alright. Let's do this. Yeah, don't worry about the table. Huh. Okay. Now see, I'm losing my initial charcoal here, and I kind of want to bring that back a little bit, so forgive me for bumping the camera. My bad. I apologize for that shake there. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Anyway, I kind of want to bring that charcoal back a little bit, so we'll just go back in there. Yeah, in the wet paint with the charcoal. It's alright, that ain't hurting nothing any. See? Look at that. Wet paint into the charcoal. It's fine. We're still finding our voice. Maybe you've already found yours if you're creating a piece of abstract art, you know? Maybe you've already got your voice. You sat down with a piece of paper and you started to make some marks or something like that, and you've already found the direction that that particular piece that you've started to create is going in, and that's great. Keep going. Or maybe it's near done. Maybe the piece is already telling you that it's pretty well done. That's great too. Listen to it. What do you mean by that? What do you mean listen to it? Well, you see I've got a lot of gray now here because of that big blob of deep sea blue, apple deep sea blue. I guess it leans a little bit blue. But anyway, I've got a lot of gray there. I've got very little of this color. I kind of feel like I want a little more of that. You know? And it's up here in this upper left kind of corner of this canvas of my piece of paper here, my little 9x12 piece of paper. So I kind of want to balance that. With additional color. So I'm going to put that here, and we're just going to bray over it this way. See, that's a little bit more than the amount that I'm seeing here, and that is okay. But that adds a little bit of asymmetrical, balance in there. Still very much rectilinear shapes here. I don't really have any curvature going on so much. I mean, a little bit here and there, but I'm seeing very much straight kind of lines going in there. Some thin, some fat lines, so some thin lines and some fat lines, big chonky marks. I think maybe I want a little more fat line over here. Let's do that. Let's put a little more fat. Nice and heavy-handed mark right there. Chonky. Heavy-handed. Dark. I am very much running out of charcoal. Kind of want... I've got a funky green in here. I got a funky green right here. You see this? Folk Art acrylic color by Plaid. Hunter green. It's supposed to be a hunter green. I don't so much think that's a hunter green, but that's just me. It's really funky, that's for sure, though. I mean, all of this acrylic stuff that I have has gone off. I mean, I've had it for freaking ever. But that's even better for making abstract work, because you don't see it as precious to begin with. I mean, new supplies, especially more expensive stuff, you kind of see as somewhat precious, and people really don't want to use it for abstract work, and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to. But I want some different shapes in here, so I'm going to go in here with this little brush. Lay in this here funky looking green. My God, is it funky. And I don't know if you can see this so well, but you see the marks that the brush is leaving here? Because my brush is kind of stiff. So it's leaving the bristles, the bristle marks. I'm not hating that. It's a different texture. That works for me. And see, you can always pick up that's a great thing about abstract. You don't tape if you're not taping your paper down or anything like that, you can always pick up the paper and move it however you need to better access a particular area. See, I'm just playing with it. Alright. Got that. Now what do I need? It needs... Oh, I bumped the phone. I bumped it again. So sorry. My apologies for the shake. I'm not a cinematographer, so I'm an artist. Cinematography is not the kind of art that I do. It is impressive for those of you who are good at it, though. Needs more green, obviously, because now that I've just got that little bit. Let's put... Yeah, this stuff is so funky. I don't know. It's gross. In fact, it's hard to get out of this container because it's so gross. It's so gone. Anyway, let's put a little bit of that over here. For some reason, I'm wanting some right here. So, here we go. Did I just bump it again? Sorry if I keep bumping the camera there. Let's see. What do I want? I kind of like this. Let's go. Let's add something a little curvier in here. Am I still in frame? Maybe not. I think he saw that. It don't matter. Anyway. Okay. Add some of this here. Apple ivory. Like I don't even know what these colors are. To me, these ivory, man, that don't look like ivory to me. Some funky yellow. I don't know. Add a little more of it though. I think I already put some in there, right? You know, the more stuff that gets on your brayer, the more random the marks that it will make are going to appear. Like, because look at that. There's a lot of that pink paint left on there. There's some of the charcoal left on there. There's some of that slate gray, whatever, the deep sea blue BS on there. The more it dries on, it'll leave differing marks. The drier it gets. Like it'll pick up stuff too. Like I'll allow that little area right there, there's some chunk on there to dry. And that'll create a different mark the next time I use the brayer. Make a statement. And if you don't like the statement, you can always cover it up and obliterate it. But that's the great thing about creating abstract work. It doesn't have to be anything representational. All it does is express your voice. Find your voice. Use abstract to do it. I promise, it's there.